Hello everybody, and welcome to my guide on helping you to understand the different attributes and other values behind special. Now special is an acronym that is utilized within the character customization within Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4. It allows you to understand the different strengths and weaknesses that you're getting into while creating your character, and helping you overall understand what type of strengths and other values that you would like your character to possess before you get started on your adventure. So in this video, I'm just going to be giving very simple explanations behind each of the 7 attributes. I'm not really going to go into any specific detail. I don't really want to spoil any of the different abilities that your character can learn or anything like that. I'm just going to give you a very clear idea of what each of these attributes do for you. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into it. So before I go over strength, which is the first part of special, I'd like to just point out by saying that each of the following footage is taken from Fallout 4 specifically, so don't think that this is Fallout 4 specific. But with that said, strength focuses on your overall physical damage. Strength kind of defines the amount of unarmed and melee damage that you will be able to deal to enemies based off of the amount of strength that you have. The same thing goes for your carrying capacity. The higher amount of strength that you have, the more damage you're able to do with melee, as well as the amount of stuff that you can carry with you. So if you have a low strength stat, you won't be able to carry as much as opposed to when you have a much higher strength. So pretty simple. The second piece of special is perception. Now perception deals with your overall precision while utilizing Vault-Tec assisted targeting system, also known as VATS. Precision is kind of what defines you between someone that is or isn't a sharpshooter. When you have a higher perception, that means that you definitely are a sharpshooter. You probably enjoy using semi-automatics and making sure that you have a high percent chance of hitting enemies while utilizing VATS. So if you have a low perception, odds are you are not necessarily have a terrible aim, but you're just not the one type of guy that likes to focus on having a higher level of accuracy as opposed to other people. Excuse me. So the next piece of special is endurance. Now this kind of kindles well with strength, but they're not exactly the same thing. In fact, they're quite different. So endurance focuses on the amount of damage that your character receives, but more importantly than that, it depends on the amount of damage that your character can receive as a whole. The higher amount of endurance you have, the more health you have, and health is the only individual attribute that endurance focuses on primarily. If you didn't put any points into endurance as far as skills or other traits goes, endurance mainly defines how much health that your character has as a whole. So coming after endurance is charisma. Now charisma is the only attribute out of all of the 7 that do not tie into combat. Charisma focuses on your ability to socialize with other people and increases your chances of being able to persuade others to do something, barter with people, maybe ask for money when you're trying to take on a certain quest. It can involve your ability to intimidate others, but more importantly, at least in my opinion, at higher levels of charisma, it also increases your likelihood to enhance your companion's power. And that's very important, because when you do that, when you have a stronger companion with you, naturally you just make a better tag team. Having a higher charisma means that you can kind of even romance some of your companions if you choose to. Having all these different forms of social options just kind of flavors up the game a bit. It doesn't really directly tie in with combat unless you begin to actually commit to some of the choices. So that's just about that for having a charismatic character. But as opposed to having an intelligent character, which would be the 5th factor of the special acronym, is that when you have a high intelligence rating, you have a higher percentage of experience being gained from all, and I do mean all, sources. So you gain experience from just about everything that you do. At least for me, playing the Fallout 4 game, it could be finding a new location, it could be cooking food, it could be killing things, it could be picking a lock, hacking a terminal, just about anything you can think of that you gain XP from. The higher intelligence you have, the higher percentage of experience you gain from all sources, which is what makes intelligence so important to begin with, because regardless of what character you make, experience is always going to be an important value to you. So just keep that in mind when you make your character. The next piece of information that you need to know ties in with agility. Now, this is the sixth attribute for special. Now, agility focuses on your overall ability to sneak past enemies. The higher agility that you have, the higher chance that you have of being able to remain undetected. You can gain abilities in sneak, or excuse me, in agility that allow you to deal more damage while sneaking, while dealing damage with suppressed enemies while undetected. And another piece of information about agility is that it also increases the amount of AP that you have, also known as action points. If you want to think of it in terms of something like Skyrim, it focuses on your overall stamina, so it allows you to maybe run for a longer amount of time, excuse me. It also allows you to enter more commands while utilizing VATS, so perception and agility can go hand in hand, and overall agility is a very, very interesting attribute for people who like to play more elusive like myself. So finally, last but not least, is a very interesting and maybe not the most reliable option, but still fascinating nonetheless, attribute, which is luck. Now, luck deals with your overall sense of crit chance. Now, crit naturally is something that either occurs frequently or doesn't occur too frequently, but with a high luck stat, you're able to basically increase the number of critical hits that you're able to inflict on targets, and overall just increase your maximum damage potential. Just keep in mind that the abilities that you get from luck are rather far-fetched. Luck was naturally intended to be a bit of a attribute to create a character for shits and giggles, so just keep that in mind while putting points into luck. It's not really something that was intended to be taken too seriously, at least naturally, in my opinion. But overall, guys, I thank you very much for watching the video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, again, feel free to put them below in the comments. And I hope you all have a lovely day. I'll see you guys around, and thank you again for watching.